We are at the halfway point of the final season of The Boys, and I have gathered my boys to talk about The Boys and all our thoughts and feelings at the halfway point. Is it as good as what we thought it was going to be? Is it just as bad? Do we think it's going to stick the landing all that more on this episode of the With Mates podcast? What's happening, troops, and welcome back to the With Mates podcast. My name is Andrew Grayson, your host as ever, and we're talking about The Boys today. Yes, the final season of The Boys, Amazon Prime series. We're at the halfway point, so this is your half series review, half series breakdown, half series check-in. Yeah, we're going to be talking about The Boys, and I say we because I'm joined by the Triple Barrel Man. He's Craig, Andrew, Winnie.
You covered all bases there, Andrew, for the marketing. Well done, thank you. That's good. We got the...
Try my best. And he is the smackiest of smacks. He'll smack your bitch up. He is our very own talented superhero. He is Polly Smack Paul Stinnett.
Oi. What's going on, lads? We're watching The Boys together. We're smacking with the boys. The boys, that's us. We're the boys. We're the lads.
You keep saying the boys. Get back into it.
Boys.
Keep saying the boys. That's
boys,
it. Yeah.
oi. Yui. Hey, Yui. You ready to be one of the boys? That's our name. We're the boys.
It's not the best. Where I can say that it's still not any worse than fucking his accent. It's just not. So yeah, as I say, we're here to talk about The Boys. We're going to be talking about the first 4 episodes of The Boys. I do believe we've already done a podcast on the first episode, and we're here to talk about the halfway point. Now, if you are new to the podcast, welcome in one and all. Hit the subscribe button. We are talking currently about Invincible. We're talking about The Boys. We're talking about Darth Maul. And we are talking about Daredevil. These are our concurrent reviews that we're doing just now. So if you're interested in any of those shows, go check out the videos that we've already got up on our YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribing to our TikTok. That's where we get all of our trailer reactions and non-spoiler thoughts of all the different shows and movies that we are talking about. But we're going to get into this. This is going to be full spoilers. If you have not seen the first 4 episodes of The Boys, now's the time to head on over to Amazon Prime, watch the 4 shows, and then come on back over and see us talk about it. Right. The Boys, the final season. Now,
The Boys.
Yeah, we're talking about The Boys. Where are our thoughts so far? Again, like, keeping in mind... In fact, no, do you know what? I'll keep my opinion until I know what you guys are saying. Where are we thinking? Where are we at the halfway point? Are we enjoying this series? Are we not enjoying this series? Is it something that you're concerned about? Give me your thoughts. Let's start with Polly Smack. I've not spoke to you in fucking ages, mate. What are you thinking of the first 4 episodes of The Boys?
You want my honest opinion?
Yep.
No cap on God?
No cap on God. No cap on Homelander.
No cap on Homelander. Well, I think I would like for a final series of The Boys to have a few more deaths. I think we started off well.
Keep in mind, we're only halfway.
We kind of retracted on that.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I would quite like for this series to do is, now I know this is a deep reach. Sorry, no pun intended. But the last season of, now I know probably neither of you are particularly big fans of this, but of True Blood, that's taking me back a few years. No. The very last season of that, they basically started killing off one major character in every episode, and I was kind of thinking The Boys was going to be along those lines, and I thought we were. We got A-Train, we got Soldier Boy, and then we kind of went back on that. Now, I don't really mind that so much, because we've got a reason, but my feeling is we're not going to kill off Soldier Boy now because of his prequel series. I don't know, there's something telling me there. Other than that, there's some good stuff in there. I like them all at each other's throats. I really liked episode 3 in total, like where they were hiding out with Stan Edgar and all that. I thought there was some good stuff going on. I like this stuff with the invisible cunts kid and the no cap on God, obviously, and the deep. Nice seeing Deep getting something to do as well in his podcasting. Also, finally, most notably for me, a certain character finally got what was coming to him. Just a good old beating. He's dead.
Oh yeah. I forget
Oh, yeah,
you're not a fan.
I forgot about your hatred for Ryan.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Just despise this kid. It's just what just the most mopey little Superman you've ever seen. Just like
Shout out
yeah,
to his,
get
shout out to the
him,
actual actor.
Homelander.
His social media game's been quite good, man. See some of the stuff he's been posting after that episode. It's been quite fun.
Oh really? I need to get it out.
Yeah. So you seem pretty mild on it.
I've been enjoying the episodes. I like the last the fourth episode as well. We've got 4 episodes left. I thought we'd maybe a bit further into where we're going, so I'm hoping the next 4 land it for me. If the next 4 give me kind of what I want, I'll be happy. Mm-hmm. If not, I think this might be more milding than it should have been.
Yeah. Craig?
Me and the one who cannot be here today, Baby Boone, were having a little discussion before this episode about the boys. Joseph is very negative for the viewers and listeners. Joseph is not a fan of this season, and he is taking on the mantle of the Polysmack recently with his negativity.
I'm so proud.
It's a shame, but in this case, I think Joseph's points have been quite valid on the show, and I will echo some of them now. I think the season's very much for me been a lot of diminishing returns. I think each episode has kind of gradually gotten worse. I think I was incredibly positive about episode 1, as we all know. Those who went back and, who, if you go back and listen to that or watch that episode, you'll see how much I praised that episode. I was a big fan. It's kind of gone downhill for me though since then. I think it's not been terrible. It's not been like the worst thing I've seen on television ever, but I just think it's been a bit I think this maybe could have ended maybe a season ago, and I think it's just the part of the show that is maybe just gone a little bit too long, and that happens sometimes. I'm happy this is the last season, put it that way. I think that we're about to get everything wrapped up. I think it is going to ramp up quite considerably over the next few episodes. I think, because also we've got 8 episodes in total. I think episodes 6, 7 and 8 are going to be bangers. I think especially 7 and 8. I'm still hopeful for a big ending. I think that no one will be safe episode 7. I think all bets are off episode 7 and 8 for sure.
Keep talking. But yeah, it's a treat to shut up.
Fair enough. I think for me, as I say, I think episode 1 great. Episode 2, I was still with it. I was still there. I was like, oh, we're going back to the days of them going out together, having a little fun time, going to kill a soup, get home in time for dinner. That kind of vibe that the kind of the earlier seasons was about. But it's kind of just kept in that place. And we've not really moved on. It's kind of been a freak of the week kind of episode each time. And I think the show's kind of gone beyond that now, or it certainly should have done that by this last season. So I think for me, it's been it's been a downwards spiral, I would say. But I'm still hopeful that things will pick up, essentially.
See, because we're going into this stuff with I need them to believe that I'm God and all that, and maybe we're amping up to where I thought, but it's just we've had since season 1 Homelander daydreaming and just totally thinking he's gonna massacre people en masse. Now I know I've had some scenes like that where he does that to a room full of soldiers, or he'll do it to convince somebody to do something or whatever. He does all kinds of stuff. But the very first episode, he has another vision of him just lasering the audience to silence them, basically. And I feel like we've not seen that yet. And I would have thought by now we would have seen the mask start to slip. Now I know he's going nuts, and he had a scene that I very much relate to, of course. I think he's had a moment that we can all relate to, actually. But other than that, he's
what scene is that?
Oh, you don't know? You don't know? I would assume you know what we're talking about.
Him beating down on his son. That's what he's talking about.
No, no. So no, I would never advocate for that. But I would just unless it was Ryan. But the thing I was talking about was just
seeing Jesus.
you know when you just have that moment where you're in your own thoughts, and then suddenly this celestial being appears before you and
Yes, yes, yes.
doth uncouple her heavenly milkers, and you do doth suckle upon the teat of the hypnotic suggestion
Paul,
delusion. Yes.
Paul, is
Yeah.
everything okay?
I got up really early for work today, so I don't really know what's going.
Doth suckle. Can't say I've ever been there.
Let's get that on a t-shirt,
So-
folks.
Here's my thoughts. I think the show has been good. I think its issue is two things. One, we're not political, but every time they try to do something to shock or be like, oh, can't believe it. It's
Which
the
is
whole
very
it's the
scary
whole
in this
South
season.
it's the whole South Park thing. Simpsons did it.
Mhm.
But it's not The Simpsons. It's fucking real life. Everything that they kind of do to be like, oh, nobody would compare themselves to being Jesus. Like everything that they do, they wouldn't have concentration camps in America. Like everything that they do is just kind of because, and again, the writers have come out and said that it's like they wrote this show before the election and stuff, and they're like, we can't parody life. But and again, South Park have said the same thing. It's like we can't parody life when life is the biggest fucking parody of all time. So I think that's kind of going against it. The other thing as well for me personally is not only do you have Invincible, Daredevil, and Maul Shadow Lord all out at the same time, Invincible and Daredevil release on the same day as this. So last night, so we're recording this on Thursday. Last night, I sat down to watch the shows, and The Boys was last. Like, The Boys was last. I was like, yeah, cool. That's the one that I'm not least looking forward to. I'm just more invested in the other shows and stuff. And again, that's not saying that there's anything wrong with the show. I think the show's got the same kind of flaws that I would say it has had the last 2 or 3 seasons, where it's like it just seems as if it's the same plot. We got to kill Homelander, right? We got a virus. Let's give him the virus. Where is the virus? Don't know. Let's go get the virus. Right, the virus isn't here. We need to go find another virus. Right, okay, kill bloody Homelander. That's it. And it's like, as much as I do enjoy the characters, and as much as I do enjoy the grotesque sexual nature and the grotesque violence and all that kind of stuff, like ultimately it's the same fucking thing that we've been doing since day dot, and it's like you're like, yeah, let's just get there. Let's make it interesting. And the one thing is, I think Anthony Starr is fantastic as Homelander. I think he's great. I preferred him season 2s and 3s, where he was like, he seemed kind of smarter and like not as
he's
much
kind
of
of
a
gone
whiny bitch.
He's kind of jumped the shark a wee bit for me. I think.
Yeah.
I think especially in this last episode, the one that episode 4.
Yeah.
I think it's where it kind of cemented it for me. When I was thinking, this is just gone on a bit too much, and I think that what he's kind of going for now, I just don't like. I'm not. I understand. Again, I was defending it in episode 1 when I was like, oh, but they're showing us who he really is. Mm-hmm. I think they could have done that without this delusional aspect of like the whole like I'm God type thing. I think they could have just done it as like the whiny man child. They could have just gone down that route, and that would have been enough. You know what I mean?
I'm the exact opposite. I prefer the delusion to the whiny stuff. I prefer him being like this, because again, it's the stuff you're seeing in real life. Like you're seeing these fucking trying to be as non-political as possible. You're seeing these twats that fucking believe their own hype, that like think they are everything, and everything like they touch turns to fucking gold.
I feel really called out now. Thanks for that, Andrew. Yeah.
You're a different type of twat, mate. Don't you worry. You're not one of those twats. You're a very different type. You're a lovely twat. But yeah, I don't know. I just find it more believable. The thing for me is like when you like the it was one of the first or second episodes, they show the moment where he he kills, or he shouts that he's going to kill all the people on the plane. Like his first real kind of like turning point where we realise he's a villain and stuff like that. And I just don't think we've got the same guy. And again, I get that they're adding in stuff like that he is just like pining for his dad, and he feels like people don't love him and all this kind of shit. But like to me, I think the biggest negative I can say is this: is I'm going. There's only so many times I can see him and Butcher looking at each other behind impenetrable glass or whatever. There's some sort of blockade for them, just like fighting or whatever.
Just the same, really.
Actually, I do have one question for the end of the 4th episode that really did bother me. Make it easier. Whoa, wow, waka waka, waka waka.
Well, that's staying in.
That part. We'll start just before you start doing
that.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to cut it at the point where you go, I would quite like to say something, and then I'm going to cut to you just doing that.
Sure,
Paul, you had something to say.
Yes, I did. You know, at the end of episode 4, when Soldier Boy goes nuclear and fries his brother, I assume his brother, and then
is it his brother?
I believe it's his brother.
I assume.
No,
I thought it was his brother.
No, it's like a soldier.
No. They were saying it's bomb site, like because they were thinking it's bomb site, and I don't know if bomb site is that guy, but the Soldier Boy had like a personal relationship with this guy, and it was clear.
Yeah, it was his brother.
They were clear that it was setting up. It was he always felt inferior to his brother, so I took from that it was the person on the wall was his brother.
I don't think it was. I think it was. I think it was another soup in the program with him. The V1 program.
I think it was his brother because he was very distraught after it. Like he's moping her. He's like, just do it.
But
what he says
I think
I
think it's because he was remembering all the feelings that he had back then.
I think it was his brother.
Watchers, get in the comments. Get in the comments on YouTube. Let's
trying to find out.
But that wasn't even my point. My other point is that why did the boys just leave Soldier Boy there when he's isolated from Homelander? Homelander's being nuked with radiation. I mean, they've got Butcher.
He's not stronger than Soldier Boy.
There's a lot of stuff I kind of just turn my head off to be honest. I've kind of got to that point with this show where it's like, as I say, there's only so many times I can kind of watch them look at each other from the different side of a piece of glass, and I'm just like, yeah, cool, that's fine. Like I feel as if I'm going to come across quite negative on this show. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still looking forward to watching the last 4 episodes. I'm now looking, obviously, Invincible's now finished, so it's just going to be the boys and Daredevil. Daredevil I prefer, but I'm still just as excited every Wednesday to sit down and watch this and see how it's going to conclude and stuff like that. Look, they're doing some fun stuff with Starlight. I loved in this episode. I did like the whole family aspect. Felt very X-Men 2.
I was going to say, do you mean the X-Men 2 scene?
Yeah, the X-Men 2, mate, it was literally the exact, like the brother phoned the police and stuff like that. I was just like, yeah, brilliant.
Same scene. Just
yeah, fucking was too.
Have you ever
but I like
tried
that. I like
not being a Starlighter. Have you?
Yeah, exactly.
It was so like that.
Yeah,
it was like that.
I loved this stuff. Like, I said it about Invincible. It's the same shit. It's the same superhero trope. The people closest to me are the ones that are in most danger. The people I love are the ones that are going to get hurt. Same storyline, her and Huey, and it's like, no, they're the ones that will give you strength. You need to keep those people close to you and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Superhero stuff. This is what we get. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's been anything really, like, I love the A-Train stuff at the beginning. That was great. That first episode is definitely the highlight of the series so far and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think there's been anything that's been very like innovative of
it's
like sometimes you'll get a superhero that's really interesting, or you'll get like a power that's really interesting and stuff, right? Okay, we had the magma guy that would wank himself into a magma state or whatever. The biggest standout to me other than A-Train's death, was in episode 3. That stuff with Homelander beating the shit out of Ryan was a bit like, that was the bit where I was like, fucking hell, man. Like,
See, this is
but
what I was
yeah,
hoping we would get more of, just like he's finally went to Lulu, Ryan, whether you love him or hate him, like that was his son, they're fighting.
yeah,
And then, because that scene where he's punching
Yeah.
was like the last shot of the trailer. So it was obviously meant to be a
Yeah.
significant moment, and I was wondering who it was. And then when I found out it was this, I was like, oh, I thought this was definitely going to be like Butcher or Huey or someone, or Starlight, in a final fight. And don't get me wrong, like, it's still a cool moment. He's turned on his son, like, completely. But Ryan's still alive. I don't know if that should have been the case after a scene like that, or...
I think Ryan's still going to be quite... Yeah, I think Ryan I think he'll still be quite important for what's to come in the last 4 episodes and stuff. But I think it's been very... The way I kind of looked at it from last season very much felt like the setup for a big finale. So I expected it to be like fucking balls to the wall, fucking non-stop, every episode. What I'm now hoping for, and from what I've heard, from like small bits of interviews and stuff that I've seen, I think that's what we're going to get in these. From the Withmates sources, Twitter, everything that I'm seeing and hearing is that it's like it's going to pick up. So I think there was a question. I think it was to... Who was it to? Was it to what's his name? Our big
penis
to Carol Urban.
on
Somebody asked
on the inside.
Yeah, so Carol Urban got asked like, is everyone going to last to the finale, or is everyone going to last? Like, who's going to last the finale? And he went, his answer was essentially people that don't fucking even get to the finale. And I think someone kind of put 2 and 2 together. I don't know if it's confirmed what the episode's called, but there is an episode that is called The Frenchman or something like that.
It's called The Frenchman, I think
female
the woman,
and the man called
the
Mother's
female.
Milk.
Yeah, I think all 3 die in that episode.
Yeah,
I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, probably. That's episode 7.
And
it's like,
if that's the case, like if that's the case, why can we not just let the Frenchman and Kimiko have like a nice moment and like, decide they'll be together? We did this last season.
I'm not a fan of Kimiko this season.
No, it's been poor. The writing for her in particular has been really poor.
Yeah, I'm sure we spoke about it.
Well.
I don't know if we spoke about it or if it was a friend that I was talking to about it, but like the whole her now being able to talk, but she's not got like sense of how to speak to people, and I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. She's fucking signs to people. She knows how to talk to people.
You'd be even more methodical if you sign.
Yeah,
because you have to think before. You've got to think, and then you
then. Yeah, exactly.
It's
whereas
bizarre.
she's just blurting shit out, and I'm just like, well, she didn't sign that shit. Like, so what are we doing? But yeah, like to me, because we were also talking about what's happening with Black Noir, and it kind of
just went
nothing.
That just kind of went up in smoke. That was something we were all like had fun debating, and it's kind of
so. It's a weird thing, and I feel as if Joseph were here, I think Joseph would have went in on this in terms of it just being bad. I don't particularly think it's bad, but I don't think there's anything that's made me go, oh, what the fuck? Where? Like, nothing that's blew my mind, or nothing that's been so amazingly cool that I've had to talk about it. It's been fine. I've enjoyed what they've given me, but it's nothing that's kind of been like... And again, this is what makes me sad as well, because I've seen the writer, the lead writer, kind of come out and say, like, because of things like Game of Thrones and stuff, and people just like, if the finale's bad, the rest of it's bad and stuff. And I don't know if he's maybe kind of held off stuff so that the finale's as good as it can possibly be, or I don't know. And again, maybe I'm guilty of this just now, like kind of making out as if it's not as good and stuff. Like, we've had good stuff. The breakout scene from the concentration camp was a lot of fun. As I say, the fight with Homelander and Ryan was really, really good. This week's episode was a wee bit fillery. Like, let's go get the V1. Let's go to this like haunted. Loved the joke. Loved the Last of Us joke. Really did like that joke.
That was
like,
I enjoyed
when
that.
Frenchie kind of
yeah.
explains it all, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
so it's the Last of Us," and he's like, "No, that's the Last of Us is the Walking Dead with mushrooms." And I was like, "That's funny. Like."
And I was like, that's what Craig would say.
But it's
That's
not.
exactly
Last
what I
of
would
Us
say.
is phenomenal.
Sorry,
Paul.
I did genuinely like the whole turning on each other aspect of this episode. Although I think that was really the purpose of this episode, was to show them turning on each other. I know it's like the vapors or whatever, the spores, but I think it's to put the idea that they're conflicting with each other here. More than
But I
really
kind of
knew that.
Yeah, that seems to be my issue. Is
already.
I feel as if we're kind of already there, and this was just another maybe like highlight to that, because like again, if you look at how this series started, they weren't all together. You've seen that they all had different ideas. You've seen that like Starlight seems to have turned where she's happy that she'll die if it saves, like, what was it, kill 1,000, kill however many thousand to save 7 billion. We see that they do have like alternating views to each other. And again, like we spoke about, if you've not already watched our Invincible, we talk about the full series. There's filler episode. This felt like a filler episode, because it's, to me, I'm going, right, what's the plot of this episode? The gang are going to try and find V1. On the way to finding V1, they realise that Homelander and Soldier Boy are also trying to find V1. How does it end? They don't find V1, and everything kind of goes back to where it, like I liked the idea that Soldier Boy is kind of turned on Homelander. Loved that stuff of putting him in that cell with the uranium that kind of weakened him and stuff. I like all that kind of shit. But ultimately, we get to the end of the episode and it's like, we're back to square one. There doesn't seem to be any kind of real progress or steps forward. It's very much seems to be a side quest to a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paul, a game. Sorry, get a PlayStation.
Can I interject as well about just? Can I interject about Jensen Ackles while we're on the subject? I think I've been a massive fan of this guy I watched Supernatural back in the day. I never actually finished it because I think it went on a bit too long for me, and I kind of lost I just stopped watching it, and then it was too far gone for me to carry on. So I never finished it. I know what happened in the end, but I never actually finished the last few seasons. Anyway, I think he's a phenomenal actor. Mm-hmm. And I think he has been the real standout for me this season. I think what he's doing in this season, especially in this episode, he was by far and away the most interesting thing about this episode. His performance was fantastic. The characterization was great. The fact he was now, like, he was showing Homelander what he really thought of him, and all these, like, all those scenes were great. The bit where he was, shouting at the guy Quinn, who is inconclusive, by the way. I was having a wee Google for while you guys were talking a minute ago. I was having a wee Google. It's inconclusive whether that's his brother or not. So maybe we'll find out in the prequel who he is.
Definitely his brother. I'm telling you.
Yeah, which would be quite cool. So what I'm meaning by that is essentially I'm very excited for this prequel show. I'm dead excited for the for the Shoulder Boy show, and to get Jensen Ackles as the main character and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. One thing I will say, my kind of thing I'm most kind of like raising my eyebrow about this show is Mother's Milk. What are they doing with his character? What's going on? Yeah. Like why are they horn-shoeing this little like problem?
Horn-shoeing it in.
Horn-shoeing. why are they?
Known horn-shoer.
That wasn't Craig Andrew Mooney. That was Craig Mooney Andrew.
That was a little callback to any OG fans of the With Mates podcast. So shoehorning, of course, is the phrase. Into why are they doing this for his character? I don't really understand. Like, what's the point in doing this now? Why could we not had this a couple of seasons ago?
Yeah, I think the thing for me is, like, ultimately the way I would kind of summarize, like, again, I think there's been good episodes. Like, if you look at their IMDb scores, they're all roughly sitting about an 8, like 8.5, anywhere in between. Yeah. First episode was a 9, which I agree. Then an 8.6.
I agree. Yeah.
With the episode with Soldier Boy, 8.5, and then this one's probably the weakest with an 8. But again, it's not a bad one. it's hard because I'm enjoying it, but it's probably, I think, to me again, if this came out started in a month's time when all these other shows are done, I don't think I would be as, I'm not being negative about it, but maybe more pessimistic in terms of it's the episodes in the series of the past that are making me really interested in this. You know, it's not really what's going on just now. You stop. It's ultimately I'm happy watching it week to week, but I'm hoping we're going to get a lot more in these next 4 episodes, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Paul?
I don't know if just to circle back to bloody Frenchman and in Chemical, like we did this last season. Like we did their
It's
whole
the romance, guys. This is what Paul loves. This is the romance. They're not doing romance. Right?
Exactly.
He went and did a whole other relationship. We came back and Chemical and all. They had to go find themselves. And then they were like, oh yeah, no, we are right for each other. And we've finally got back to each other. They've been on the run. One's been in the concentration camp. One took speech therapy sessions while on the run, you know, hiding from the government. You know, I still don't know how we do that. I don't actually hate Chemical talking that much. It's just, I'm like, where did you learn to talk? Like, where, when, why? Is what bothers me. But
I feel as if they've not really covered any of that.
And no,
like
and
that gap.
And I'm like, guys, you guys are like, Chemical's talking about settling down and having kids and stuff, and I'm like, can we please concentrate on killing the big terrifying psycho Superman? Like, can we do that first?
It's almost as if there's bigger things to concentrate on rather than like best friends that maybe haven't featured for quite a while. It's almost as if Craig's not even paying attention. He doesn't know that I'm having a joke at him.
What's happening? Sorry, I was.
It says
researching.
So what Paul's describing there is like, it's like there's a lot of things that are happening just now that we should really be concentrating on, like the big bad guy, like the big terrifying, like world killing big bad guy that like it's almost as if like little friends, like former best friends that don't really matter, shouldn't really be featured as much. It's an Invincible joke. Go and watch our Invincible review and you'll understand how aggressively I argue against this shit.
And I will say, Paul, you will agree with me. You watch that episode, Paul, and you tell me that I'm wrong.
No, he won't. 100%. He won't agree. He'll be on my side.
He will agree.
Are we talking about the filler finale of Invincible?
It wasn't filler. Fuck up. Like, right, let's fucking crack on with the boys before I start arguing about this again. Yeah, it's like, so again, I'll kind of go back to like what are the best things that you've seen in this series? What are the things that you're kind of not looking forward to, and what's your thoughts kind of going forward? Are you still? I will say I'm still looking forward to the ending. I'm still looking forward, and I think they will land it. If you ask my opinion, however, I will say my enthusiasm for the ending has dropped from what I thought it was going to be at the end of last season. I genuinely thought it would have been non-stop action and battles and it doesn't need to be because I've seen them say that they don't have the budget to do like the Game of Thrones battles and stuff, and I don't expect them to do that, but like it's like the episode that we had this week, it wasn't a bad episode, but I'm like, this doesn't feel like something that's building up towards a big fucking epic finale of a season that I've loved watching over 5 seasons,
longer,
but like, what, 7-8 years.
Yeah, it's amazing how long it's been on for. No, I kind of agree with you, Andrew. I think it's something that I wish they'd done, and again, I wish more shows would do this. I think if they, I think if a show is kind of ramping up towards its end, especially how it left things off at the end of season 4, finish with a movie. Do a 2-hour movie and finish the whole thing off.
Dawn of Justice, the 7.
Exactly. I think exactly. I think we should just get it all in black and white and get Zack Snyder to direct it and just get it, get it over with. But I think no.
4-hour cut.
Yeah, forever cut. I don't think that what they're doing is bad. I just think that, as I said at the start, I think it's just gone on a bit too long, and I think we kind of need to get there. And I think we're kind of seeing the kind of ramifications of that with these kind of middle episodes. But for me, the highlight's been the opening of the season. I thought the first episode was great. I thought the A-Train stuff was fantastic. I said all that on the last episode of The Boys that we did. I think that, like you, Andrew, I'm less enthused for the ending. I'm more kind of like, at this point, okay, I kind of want the ending to come. I'll be happy when it does happen, but I'm not going to be like, oh, on the edge of my seat the whole time, like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping that when we get to that episode 7, episode 8, I'm just like, fucking hell, here we go. What's going to happen? And I think I'm right still. I still think I'm right that they're going to get rid of his powers and strip him of his powers. And what I think is going to happen is I think what they're going to do is they're going to give him the virus, and I think
Another
it won't
X-Men
work.
2 moment.
Yeah, it won't work, but it will take away his powers, and he'll be an ordinary man. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
I know you laughed when I brought it up at the start of the episode, but I think this season I kind of thought that's what they were going for from the first episode and the second episode. I think we should take like a True Blood approach final finale season to this, and it's like every episode basically in the finale, like one of the main cast was gone. And I think they did that with A-Train. They did it with Soldier Boy, sort of. And I wouldn't even mind that if I wouldn't even mind doing the fake out if then in the third episode someone did actually die, and then in the fourth someone actually, like, because it makes like, because they're like being chased, they're on the run, this Homelander government is coming after them, kill off a Black Noir, kill off the Deep, kill off everyone, like, just bit by bit.
I just had a sorry, carry on, Paul. Finish your point.
Just keep bringing it up to the boiling point until it's the people we can no longer afford it, and it's got to be a do or die kind of moment with like the main three.
My secondary prediction, based off what you just said, Paul, is that because they actually referenced this earlier on in the show, they referenced the whole Julius Caesar thing with Homelander. I actually have a weird theory where when they do strip him of his powers, however they do it, the plan will be that he ends up in prison. But actually, what will happen is that everyone he has wronged, those who were his like supporters, his fans that he had under a like grip of fear, are going to kill him. They're going to like come in one by one and stab him, essentially. Like for example, like Jon Snow, like Jon Snow, exactly. There you go. But like you know what I mean. Like I think that could be what, like Firecracker, people like that, like people who have kind of been under his spell, as it were. The Deep. I think the Deep's going to die before that. The
Deep's going to teabag Homelander. He's going to just
yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I think that could be quite interesting as well. Like, they come in and just stab him and that like show that it's over, as it were. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think Homelander is still the most interesting character, because like if we look at, like, again, I know I said the flippant stuff about him, like considering himself God and all that stuff, but there was stuff in the first episode where he was getting his makeup on and you could see that everybody was scared of him, and he's like, why are people scared of him? Like, he's so delusional as to why people would be scared of him, and that why don't, like, he's obviously wanting to be loved and he wants to be adored and he wants all this stuff, and like I think I'm kind of going through X to see what people's kind of thoughts are. And it's very similar to us. It just seems to be, it's like, not much has really happened, and we're hoping for more when it kind of, the last 4 episodes. But something that kind of caught my eye, it was someone was talking about the last scene where the Reverend guy kind of announces him as God. And he comes out and he's kind of looking at the adoration that he's getting and stuff like that, or the adulation, sorry. And it's fake. It's not real. And it's like, you can see that in his face. It's like he's
It's still not enough.
He's getting everything that he wants, but it's not what he wants, and it's not enough, and it's like, where is this going to lead to? And ultimately, like, I don't know how or if he's going to die or lose his powers and stuff like that, but I think the thing that I'm enjoying the most is his performance as Homelander. I think there's choices that I wouldn't have done, and I think ultimately, like, there's stuff that he's doing that I don't think serves the character as best as what I had done in earlier in previous seasons, but I think Anthony Starr's the best thing about this show. I think he's great, and he's the a big reason as to why I kind of keep coming back and stuff like that. But it does feel like last season dragged, and my hope was it was very much similar. Like, it's a very similar feeling as how I feel about House of the Dragon season 2, whereas it was like, right, there's a lot of fucking setup here. This better pay off next season. And House of the Dragon comes out in June, so we'll find out about that in June. But like now, I'm going right. These last season was a lot of setup, and not much has really happened in these first 4 episodes. So, like, where do you see it going forward? Like next week and stuff. Like at this point, we're going right. There's this V1 that's about. Are they still going to be trying to find that? Are they still going to kind of perfect the virus? Like.
Yeah, I know that next week is a Supernatural episode. Next week's the episode where the Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins are going to be guest starring. I'm pretty sure it's the next episode, so that could be fun.
Have you seen that? Apparently it's a parody of Ezra Miller.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah, the guy's playing.
Because he's like the speedster that Adrian replaced.
Speedster, and it's like apparently like a lot of his personal issues in the show are
Speedster
very similar to.
Oh God.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. But yeah, what are we just to kind of round up, like, what are our expectations now? Like, do you think it's going to land? Do you think that ultimately it's going to be a satisfying ending? Do you think it's going to be very much one of these where it's like, what could have been? Like, where are our thoughts?
If we get back to like episode 1, episode 2, maybe 3 and 4, not that they were bad. There was some good. I liked Homelander's delusions. I liked him being locked in the uranium room. I liked them turning on. There was various things. I like the Deep's no cap on God, bro. But we need.
He better die.
Yeah, he has to die.
He has to
Starlight
die,
has to do it,
or he has to be like the one, like the last person you suspect to kill Homelander or something like that. Like,
no, he doesn't. No. He does not deserve that.
He's no, I agree, but it's kind of something the boys would do. But I think more people have to die for this series. Like, it's getting like, if they do that and they get back on track, I think we'll look back on this. I think it's better than season 4 anyway. I was not high on season 4 at all. So I think it's better, but I just hope it improves. Yes, Craig.
Can I interrupt this broadcast for a second, because I just noticed as I was on doing my research that Animal Farm has been reviewed.
Craig,
Paul,
please be gentle. Please be gentle.
Paul,
I love the fact that you could have swapped it as well. Like, there's definitely been films that have come out.
He locked
no,
me.
You couldn't.
I counterpicked it. I counterpicked it. Paul, do you want to guess what it is? Do you want to guess what it's sitting at right now?
Oh my god, I feel sick. I'm gonna say 65.
You fucking wish, mate. You fucking wish it was 65. It is sitting currently.
Don't tell him yet. Don't tell him yet. Don't tell him.
Okay.
Guess higher or lower.
Keep going.
So it's lower than 65.
I have a feeling, 55.
You fucking wish it was 55.
You are kidding me. You are fucking kidding me. 40.
You fucking wish it was 40.
What? No. 35.
Not bad.
Higher.
36.
It's only 11 reviews though.
And Paul, with 11 reviews, that's going to go down, I think, not up. That's going to go down.
It's not going to do well.
Oh shit! I'm done.
I've just realised as well. God. Fucking malls come down to 98.
You're fucking cooked, mate. There we go. There's your Gen Z slang.
I am cooked. No cap.
Have any of you guys watched this series From?
From?
Yeah. I think the guy that from Lost was in it. Was he in Lost?
Oh
I'm
yeah, the
really-
Harold Penarino.
Yeah.
Boyd's, he played Michael in Lost, didn't he?
Yeah. Apparently it's very, very good. I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad he's getting his moment again.
I think that kind of tells you. Was he in Lost? I've not seen it on his IMDb.
Yeah, he was Michael. He was the dad. The dad of the kid that got kidnapped. Remember?
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, I think that kind of tells you where we are with the boys.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it, but there's other stuff out there. Last kind of thoughts before we finish up.
Paul's just gone, and I'm loving it. He's
Yeah,
just checked
cool.
out. Mm-hmm.
I did predict, to be fair, that it would be 4th place out of the 4 shows that are on it, and the way it's going, it's currently definitely 4th. And but to spin it into a positive, thought, that's because everything that's out just now is so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, we are spoiled just now.
We are very, very spoiled. So this is obviously our halfway point of The Boys. We will definitely do a season end review in 4 weeks' time. Our Invincible review is already live on the podcast channel, so if you've not already checked it out, head on over to YouTube and see our season review for Invincible Season 4. We will be doing a Darth Maul season review in 2 weeks' time. They do a double episode release. Just quick kind of 1-sentence thoughts so far on Maul.
Getting better every week.
Well, Mall, good. Animal Farm, bad.
Correct. I'm loving it. It's fantastic. And we will be doing a Daredevil review at the end of that. Also phenomenal. Like, that's my favorite this year. I think it's fucking untouchable. But get in the comment section, let us know what you're thinking of The Boys. Are you enthusiastic? Are you not enthusiastic? Have you given up? Are you not going to watch it to the end? I've seen people saying that they're just hate watching it just so that they can see how it ends. Where are your thoughts? To me personally, I'm still enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the final. It is what it is. But get your thoughts, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. Get involved. Let us know what you're watching as well. If you're watching all 4 shows along with us, we're also watching Scrubs, which we'll be talking about on the catch-up that comes out later in the month. Any movies that we've seen as well, we'll talk about that at the end of the month. We've got our Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu review that'll be out later in May. Lots of stuff, lots of fun things coming to the With Mates podcast. But get involved in the conversation so we can have a wee lovely chin wag with a lot of yous. But that's all for this episode. So if you want to follow along, he's at Craig Andrew Mooney, he's at Paul Stirrett Story, and I am at Andalf the Grey. But follow us at the With Mates podcast, at With Mates Pod, on all social media platforms. All of our trailer reactions and non-spoiler thoughts go on our TikTok, so head on over to TikTok if you want to have a look at those, and subscribe to us on YouTube. But thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. Lights on the Midge.